Specializing in trauma-informed transformation coaching and mentoring, Elian Haan supports her clients through existing challenges and obstacles in life and offers a healthy and balanced path forward through innovative tools, proven techniques, and individually designed exercises. Elian is a best-selling author, speaker, and TV show host and master trainer for up-and-coming coaches. Elian, welcome to the BRI Talks stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry, and thank you, everybody, for staying on and being here and enjoying each other's company and each other's stories. I got a little bit of a thing in my throat. Terry, how am I going to follow you up? All these emotions welling up and I can't talk and I want to cry. You're so amazing. I love all the stories today. I just have to bring a little bit light here to get us out of this yeah, I just have this very, very nice. I love it. Today I am going to talk a little bit about grace and gratitude and what that means for me. And grace and gratitude, what the meaning is for me, that means the real way up. And with up, I mean right there. Where does this come from? This comes from, well, a little bit about me. I was always looking for clarity. I was always looking for purpose. I was looking for confidence and looking for calm. Definitely not calm, as some of us talked about, and I think Nicole was talking about being in this amazing busy state always and just really go. That was also myself. I just realized that I was into that space. I know some of you talked about that, just kind of hiding my emotions behind a lot of that. And some of that came from, of course, from my earlier days, my childhood, the early years. I was born in the Netherlands in a small town near the German border and stayed there. And I pursued a dance career as a ballerina, which was a kind of like an awkward choice for me because I was born with some disabilities. I had a severe scoliosis and had to really fight to be seen and to be in that business. But I did go to dance academy. I did go to theater and pursued at the Academy of or the University of Amsterdam a further career and pursue my theater and dance career. I was looking for what to do with it, and most of the time it was not really taken serious, especially in those days. That is not really a career, that is fun. Ultimately, you know, you're going to teach some classes in the garage, in the backyards, but what are you really going to do? So I had a lot of these feelings where I always felt that I had to prove myself. And during my life, I did that. I became a serial certification taker. I thought I could never be enough. I thought it was never going to be enough. I was just running to do everything to what we always talked about today as well, to a certain perfectionism, just being there, constantly trying to prove and constantly trying to outdo myself, having really high expectations of self. And I thought these expectations were actually planted early because these expectations were planted in our childhood, right? And we have the best ideas for our kids. We want the best for them. But it's also a little bit of, well, if I do and push too much, it's going to come back at me, right? And so I felt that that happened to me. My parents had high hopes, and the dance career was not really all they expected. So I was trying to make more of it. I started businesses. I just did other things to prove myself and to make myself worthy and look worthy in everybody else's eyes, right? I wanted to be worthy in everybody's eyes. I didn't really know what it was. Ultimately, of course, I found out that I didn't see my own worth and that I needed to talk to God about that, but that came way later. I just felt that I had to go with the flow. And of course, in our 20s and 30s, I believe that we're going into this super flow of trying to belong, we're trying to, you know, establish our career, our family. And then we come into this house thing with the kids and this perfect picture on the mantle, where we have the perfect family and everything is just beautiful and amazing, and your husband is awesome and the kids are amazing and you are just doing it all. You know, everybody's just going in this rush of trying to fit fit in this framework of expectations that we all see there. I tried that. I tried that. It wasn't an easy route. My parents passed away from alcohol addiction when I was in my 20s. And right after that, I stepped out of a long-term high school relation boyfriend with a high school relation boyfriend that was also addicted to alcohol. So here was the alcohol. Then I thought, I'm just going to fall in love. This was kind of like a ridiculous move with this American gentleman, and I moved to the United States. So did I, because I didn't really have a framework. And that is, I guess, when we're young, we don't really have that framework of knowing the outcome of our and the consequences of our actions. And nobody really told me at that point anymore, you shouldn't be doing that. So I moved to the United States, as where that husband, who I married him, my first husband, married the American. And the next day he left me sitting in New York. Now I can laugh about it. At that point, it was not funny. He left me in New York, and I found out a couple of weeks later that he had moved in with my best friend. This was already going forever. I didn't want to see it. I didn't see it. Here I am stuck in the United States. Didn't really know what to do. Fun to dance, fun to do aerobics. I mean, well, I had found the fitness world. I had found Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons, right? I was in love with them. I dropped the pink stuff for the glitter and started really diving into the wellness world and the fitness world. And that was helping me get through a little bit and get some money and start working here and there. But it was really one of the things that I had to struggle through because it wasn't really paying the bills. And I went through years of hiding my anger and my resentment with alcohol, with late night lifestyle, with several boyfriends, with just trying to make it in the United States, because one thing I wasn't going to do, I wasn't going to go back. Because I was so ashamed about this relationship. I was so full of guilt about this relationship and the things that have happened to me in the past. I had tons of trauma reactions, tons of triggers out there, but I didn't see it. And I wasn't really an expert on self-help and self-development. I just kind of tried to make it work. I was very, very angry at God, because he had left me hanging here. Everything had fallen away. Everybody around me had passed away. What the heck? I wasn't going to have a discussion with him. And although I knew that he was out there, I knew, I was a believer. I knew that there was something out there, but I was just so angry that I didn't want to start that conversation. I just didn't want to listen. I honestly missed the boat 3 times. I missed the boat right after my parents' death, when God gave me an opportunity to listen and to tell me that, yes, you are strong. Yes, you can do it. I wanted to be a victim. I came right in that first marriage where I had enough warning signs to get with somebody who is a very, what do you call that, who loves himself more than anything else, right? And so the warning signs were there, and I didn't want to listen. I just wanted to go through with what I wanted to do. And I thought I was in career. I thought I was in the power. I thought I had the knowledge and the wisdom to do all that. The third time I missed the boat was really many and plenty times about my career. Why did my career have such a hardship in the beginning? Maybe that is what we have to learn altogether. It was so hard because there was not enough money. I was looking in the wrong places, but so many times it came again from my self-worth. I didn't respect what I was doing. I didn't put any money on it. I didn't put any value on what I do. So I was going to teach fitness group X classes, or I was going to work in the gyms for a lot less money than everybody else. Because I thought it's always about the outcome, right? I was kind, I was nice. It's not about the income, it's about the outcome. As long as I give away, and I make everybody happy. I'm good at hugs, I'm good at love, I just give it all away. But it ultimately led me to a really disastrous downfall just right after my son was born. I was full of anger and resentment. At that point, I had a new relationship, but it was not a good relationship. It was not based on mutual respect. It was not there. There was maybe some love, but it was not a respectful relationship towards each other. And I just kind of fell and slid down more and more. The whole thing with me was mindset. So what I want to give to you in this case was that my mindset was in the wrong place. I was waiting for everybody to make me happy. I was waiting for this marriage, for this baby, for the perfect picture on the mantle. Tried it again. It was just not me. I was waiting on the world to fill in the blanks on happiness. If I have a husband, if I'm married, if I have a house, if I have a car, if I have a good job, I'm going to be happy. I was not introduced to the fact at all that I had to find that in myself, that I had to find my inner purpose, my strength, my passion, and do something with that. So I was in such a negative space all the time, so busy with guilt or busy hiding my guilt, right? Just being busy, being a busy bee and trying to prove myself, doing all kind of little things. And at the same time, I stayed in that business, which ultimately brought on that big, amazing career change as well. But I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it till somebody gave me the V8 moment, hit me in the head and said, Elian, what are you really doing? Well, I'm just doing these fun classes and people are coming. Well, what are you really doing? Well, I think we're having fun, right? Everybody's coming and they're making friends with each other and now they're going out together and I just provide a fun environment where we do a little bit of fitness. What are you really doing? Well, I think it's just, I'm having a good time. I like it. I like teaching. What are you really doing? He kept saying to me, what are you really doing? This was my pastor at that time in a small town in Texas where I was forced to move because I couldn't afford to live in a big city and take a small job and some classes here and there. I said, what are you really doing? Well, it's just fun. They're just coming to have a good time. He said, did you forget about the 88 benefits of fitness and exercise? Well, yeah, I think I can mention a few. Let's mention a few. Well, lower blood pressure, they sleep better, their anxiety is gone, they're in just much better shape. They have much more energy. Sugar medication is off. They don't have to take that anymore. So many people are not having any back pain or neck pain anymore. They know how to be more flexible. They can pick something up in the back of the car on the back seat. These are all the things that you're bringing to people. This is the outcome of what you do. Why are you not putting any value on that? So then I just saw finally there where I was. I was not respecting myself. I didn't put any value on it. I was in a really bad place. So it took a lot of years to turn that around and to start seeing my own worth and to start believing but God had that place for me and it was right there all the time. I was helping others feel better emotionally, physically, and emotionally and mentally because they were working out. They were doing that. And I was helping them right there and I couldn't see it for so long. I couldn't really see it and nobody really had told me that except for being really happy coming to classes. But I saw it the wrong way. I had the blind spot. This time I climbed in the boat and started turning things around. This time I just went to God and said, show me what else I can do with that. And so out came a long career of public speaking, fitness programs, exercise programs, traveling the country and doing internationally videos and programs for fitness experts. I really stayed in it. And I can say that I've been in that business 40 plus years. And 10 years of that became a life coaching career because it was kind of a salon already helping people, right? I kind of asked them about their relationship, about the kids, the parents, what's going on before and after class. So it's kind of like a bartender job, as I call him, where I started, right? You always help people talk to people. And so slowly, when I couldn't do 4 or 5 classes a day anymore, I slowly moved into the coaching space as well. And that came together really well. And so now I'm working on corporate wellness programs. I have clients and I still have classes every week. What is the third thing or the second thing that I wanted to tell you, that emotional thing behind it, right? My mindset had to change. I had to come into a positive mindset. I had to change into self-belief and self-respect. I had to start seeing that. And secondly, I had to kind of reel my emotions, know that I had gone through so much that I had to learn to talk about it and ask for help. That is definitely not something that I would do because it didn't came from the ask for help generation. It was kind of like the move through it generation, move forward and just deal with it generation. So I asked God for help. I prayed about things. I asked for miracles, for visions, for visuals, and for the things that I could see in my daily life that I could be grateful for. And in the third place, when we come from emotional and mentally to physical, what I would give you today is what was huge for me is working with people always on the physical. So that makes you so happy. It gives you that extra energy. It helps you see the day better. And what was happening for me is that I became a really big talker on posture and grace. And grace gives you posture and posture gives you grace. I worked for 8 years in an addiction recovery facility as a counselor. I help people to move better and move with their heart up to the sky and have better posture because collectively, we're all hunching over. Collectively, we're all sitting on the computer the whole day like this. Collectively in America, we have huge back and neck problems. We have so much pain that we can work through if we work out a little bit. But with that, if we emotionally and mentally go through a lot, if we have trauma, if we have a lot to hide, we're also going inwards. Our shoulders are collapsing. Our heart is not open for God to see. So if poise and grace, as I call it, correcting your posture, sitting up straight, come a little bit towards the sit bones, right? Remove the pillows underneath, your own pillows I'm talking about. Come sit up a little bit. Romeo is going to sit back here. I see you. So we have to sit up a little higher and a little stronger and standing up taller and open our heart to the sky. When you put your outside on, it's my third kind of little tip for the day. When you feel that grace, put your outside on and you are standing up straight and you feel that tall posture and you open the heart to the sky, you open your heart to the sky, then you just feel better. And for so many of my clients and patients in the past, that helped so much to put your outside on if you have a bad day. Just put your outside on, put your fun clothes on, put your crazy clothes on, grab those crazy, glasses, right? Terry and I are always talking about our crazy glasses and your fun purse and your high heels. Gentlemen, put your high heels on, never mind. And, go for it. But you know what I mean? Just presenting yourself with your heart open because keep looking up. That's where it all is. Keep looking up. That's where it all is. You can't hide. You can't go down. When you look down, you're going down. And so that helps so much. So I hope that I helped you a little bit, seeing that physical grace, coming into and stepping into grace in the sense of, knowing that that's gives you that feeling of being there and listening. Listening is big. I listen nowadays. I'm not busy babbling anymore the whole day. I found my calm. I found my confidence. And I really stepped into that space of gratitude and grace. So thank you for listening to my story today. ElianHaan.net. So I'm going to put my information in the chat. I have a free gift on my website that talks about tips for anxiety. If you're suffering from anxiety or you know somebody that is just experiencing, and especially in this time, the holiday time, I always do this webinar ongoing, a couple of times a month, because it's popular. It is stress around the seasonal mess. And I will have that webinar tomorrow. I'll put that link in the chat as well. I love being here. I rambled. I hope that I got my point across and keep looking up. That's where it all is. Thank you for listening.